Palantir stock slides after earnings spotlight international weakness, irrational valuation. Hey, everyone. I'm here to talk about Palantir. The stock is sliding today after the company reported earnings. It's not because they missed on earnings per share or revenue. In fact, they beat on both metrics. But investors are clearly focused on the company's future outlook, and there are two main reasons why shares are down today. First, the company's international business is seeing a slowdown. And second, the company's valuation is still very high even after the recent sell-off. Let's start with international. In the most recent quarter, Palantir saw a big jump in commercial business, but its government business was down 17% year-over-year, and that's primarily due to a slowdown in international contracts. As a reminder, Palantir doesn't break out international in its quarterly reports, but management did mention during the earnings call that international deals are taking longer than expected. This is likely due to a combination of foreign governments cutting back on spending amid a global economic slowdown and also increased competition from the likes of Microsoft. Now, this isn't a new issue. Management actually highlighted this last quarter as well. So it's not like this is a total surprise, but it does seem like these international deals are taking longer than expected, which is weighing on sentiment. The other issue is valuation. Even after the recent sell-off, Palantir is still trading at a very high multiple. At the start of 2022, Palantir was trading at a forward pay of 26. That means investors were willing to pay 26 times trailing 12-month earnings for the stock. By the end of the year, the forward pay had risen to 35, so even though analysts were expecting earnings to stay roughly flat, the market was clearly getting more optimistic about the company's growth prospects. But over the past few months, that optimism has faded and the stock is down more than 60% from its highs. However, even at these depressed levels, the forward pay is still around 20. For context, that's higher than where Microsoft and Salesforce are currently trading at. Now, some might argue that Palantir is a much faster grower than those companies, but even if that's true, it's not clear that it deserves a higher multiple than those companies. And that's the crux of the issue. Investors have been willing to pay a premium for Palantir because it's a fast grower. But now that growth is starting to slow, investors are starting to question whether the current valuation is sustainable. To be sure, there is still a lot to like about Palantir. It's a leader in the data mining and analytics space, and over the long term, there should still be plenty of growth ahead. But in the short term, it's not clear if this international weakness will persist. And if so, it could put more pressure on the stock price. Thanks for watching and see you next time.